Cynically dismissed as a figment of the music paper's imagination, Lush are now silencing their critics with their savagely attractive blend of new pop. After the first album, Scar, which came out on 4AD last year, they're back with a new record which is called Mad Love and is totally excellent. Do you think you're finally outgrowing the criticisms of you as being merely something created by the press?
Maybe. I don't know. I think it still sort of remains. People still think it's still hyped. I can't really say, you know.
Don't you feel in yourself that you're proving these people wrong, though?
Yeah. Hopefully. No, yeah, I do, but I think that'll always stay with us. I don't think, you know, for a long time it will. They'll just always say that, you know, that we wouldn't have got the attention in the first place if it hadn't have been for the press. We wouldn't have signed to 4AD if it hadn't have been for the press, you know. I think they'll always say that.
The other favourite story at the moment is the story of Ivor going down to see you and the Pale Saints. Going down to see you, but signing the Pale Saints, which creates this picture of you, of like a wedding, where, you know, like there's the bloke up on the balcony going, it should have been me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we were useless that night, and the Pale Saints were really good, so I think they deserved it.
Do you think one of your problems has been being very patchy live?
I think so, but I think we're getting better, you know. When we were playing live, all the sort of, we're still sort of experimenting and trying to get sort of better sound men and sort of working at a live sound. I mean, I think we all really enjoy playing live, but it is quite sort of hit and miss at the moment. But we are getting better. The loops all seem to, you know, the sound seems to work out, you know, and we're getting a bit more confident, so I think that will sort of turn out all right.
Because that was the problem, wasn't it? I think it was the growing up in public bit.
Yeah, it was.
When you have to play a toilet, you haven't got a sound man, and nobody really gives a damn what you sound like.
But it was when we were getting...
Everyone's reviewing it.
Yeah, when people are reviewing it, and you're supposed to be something that maybe you're not just at the moment, you know. There's a lot of pressure on you, and you're probably more nervous than anything, you know. So you're sort of on stage, quaking and making a load of mistakes. I mean, we're still doing that.
A little bird tells me you've done a cover version of Chirpy Chirpy Cheep Cheep.
Yeah, it's for Anti-Poltax album. But I don't know, it's the album's just like hits of the 70s, number ones of the 70s, and we just like went through this list, and that seemed to be the most...
The easiest to work out,
yeah.
At least cool.
Exactly, exactly.
What did Lush do on their free time, on their days off?
Visit the bank, go to the housing benefit office, loads of boring things.
Yeah.
It's just a load of hassle at the moment, sort of financial things. And we got...
Well,
Don't talk about that.
There's that terrible trouble between the world you live in with the band and the rehearsals and things, which you like to concentrate on, and then there's the real world, which involves banks, parking tickets and whatever. Yeah. It's very hard coping with.
Well, it is, yeah. You know, now it's more like a full-time job. You know, you have to sort of immerse yourself in all the boring bits, as well as all the exciting things, like food, TV.
Yeah.
Do you get hassle at gigs and things? You know, you're that one out of Lush. Is that
God.
You can't go to gigs anymore.
You can't go to gigs.
Sometimes. I don't know, you get some funny people, you know what I mean? Coming up to you.
Bernard Manning?
She gets mistaken for.
I don't know. Strange sort of 4AD fans that sort of worship the ground you walk on for like, I don't really understand, you know what I mean? I think, I don't know. I suppose if people build up an image of what you're like, which is completely wrong, you know, they think because your music is sort of a bit ethereal or something, that you're all sort of these strange, mysterious personas, which is like rubbish, you know. completely normal.
It's true in my case.
Oh yes. He looks it, doesn't he? He's the mystery himself.
The green jumper.
Very mysterious.
I mean, me and Mickey both
what
wear
I'm
black.
doing.
You know.
That's because we can't.
Yeah.
From a critic's kind of angle. One of the great things about Lush is on the one side you've got a sort of like brittle kind of beauty, on the other side it's very, very fierce, you know, almost like punk, chaotic type sound. To go along with that, it's sort of like in between that, it's just a great mix of all. Good, I agree with that one.